what I want to talk about is getting rid of your behavior chart. I know that seems crazy and maybe scary, and some of you are going to pull your hair out over that and say, how can I function without my behavior chart? I use it every day. Well, I want you to put yourselves in the kids' shoes. Now, I'm not going to lie. I've used a behavior chart every year for the last 11 years that I've been teaching kindergarten. It always hangs on a wall in my classroom. It always hangs where it's visible to all the students. And that is where I came up with the idea of taking it down. This was my behavior chart. Started with a green, and I themed it up Seuss because that's what my whole room is themed. So every day my kids had a clip on this behavior chart that started on green. Now, depending on their behavior throughout the day, they could either move up the chart for doing things extraordinarily well or going above and beyond what I expect, or they could move down the chart for inappropriate or negative behaviors. But I ditched that last week, and here are my reasons why. First of all, part of me as a teacher that I forgot to do every day was move these clips back to green. And my kids know that we always start on green. Number two, anytime these kids moved up, it was awesome for them. They loved it. And I loved seeing them celebrate that. But it was very short-lived because certain students, and this doesn't go for all students, but certain students would move up that chart, and then I'd have to move them back down because they thought it was just a one-time thing. Hey, I did great. Now I can do things not so great. And I didn't want that feeling within them. Other kids moved down the chart quite a bit, and we all have those students. Some students, that affects, and they only do it once. A few students, doesn't mean anything to them. And I even had a student who was a great little boy and a very good family friend of mine say to me, I don't care if I'm on yellow, it doesn't really matter to me. And then I was like, what? What do you mean it doesn't matter to you? So that was just a few reasons why I decided to ditch this chart. The thing I did not like about this that started to develop in my classroom, the peer thoughts that the other kids had about students who were moving up or down this chart. Kids would move up. The other kids, instead of celebrating that, would wonder why they weren't moving up. Now, as a teacher, we know with 18 kids or more in our classroom, it's hard to catch everybody doing those extraordinary things all the time. So I'm not going to lie, I probably missed some here and there that probably should have moved their clips up. The reverse side of that, there were kids who moved down, and the kids who were on green or above then focused all their attention on the kids who were moving down. And I constantly heard, oh my gosh, somebody's on yellow. Who's on yellow, Mr. Peterson? Why are they on yellow, Mr. Peterson? What did they do to get on yellow, Mr. Peterson? Why did they move down to red, Mr. Peterson? And I got so sick of hearing about that. I was tired of seeing the kids focus their attention more on other people's behaviors than their own. And those are the reasons right there that I decided to ditch this behavior chart. Now, if you have a behavior chart in your classroom, I'm not trying to put you down. I'm not saying you need to go change that right away. All I'm doing is offering some advice and really get you to rethink what that behavior chart is doing. So many times in education, a conversation can mean much more to a child than that simple little clip or that piece of paper.